nice day, but I do notice there seems to be an increase of police presence around here for whatever reason today. And what did I read today? How about this one, where apparently someone in Canada was charged for potentially making illegal sales of drones and so forth, it says here anyways. This one says, Quebec man charged with conspiracy linked to illegal sale of Chinese drones to Libya. Is it always those criminals internally within, let's just say, companies and organizations that you least suspect? It says 2 former employees of the International Civil Aviation Organization in Montreal have been charged with conspiracy for facilitating the illegal sale of Chinese drones and military equipment destined for Libya, according to an RCMP investigation. Fatih Ben Ahmed Mawek, 61, who is from St. Catherine, Quebec, is expected to appear at the Montreal courthouse Tuesday afternoon. He was arrested at his residence Tuesday morning, RCMP Sergeant Charles Poirier confirmed. Poirier says the man's alleged accomplice is Mahmoud Mohammed Elsouay Saye, 37, a Libyan national, and is still wanted by police. Interpol has issued a red notice for his arrest. He is accused of using a scheme to conceal military equipment sellers and buyers. And what exactly did he do? It says equipment involved in the scheme included drones that resembles a small plane that can carry missiles, as well as control and command platforms to operate the drones. Poirier said, this equipment is subject to UN sanctions related to Libya and therefore cannot be sold to Libya, he said. Poirier said the current investigative theory suggests that China would have benefited from the deal by supporting the faction of Libyan National Army commander Khalifa Haftar. We're basically looking at a case of Chinese interference in Libya, Poirier said, noting that the RCMP investigation started in 2022. It all boils down to the activities in Canada that were made to facilitate that deal. And apparently there's more to it. Does it have to deal with money and stuff all the time, as I guess expected? It says, as part of the conspiracy, Mauk allegedly conspired to facilitate the purchase of Libyan oil between prohibited entities and the People's Republic of China. A news release from the RCMP published Tuesday reads, we're taking millions of barrels of crude oil that would have been leaving Libya to go to China, Poirier said. And this was kind of interesting, as apparently the Drone Racing League was bought out. This one says, Infinite Reality acquires the Drone Racing League for $250 million, solidifying position as global leader in immersive technology and experiences. In a landmark deal to enhance its immersive platform technology and services, Infinite Reality, a leading global provider of cutting-edge virtual AI-powered immersive experiences, today announced it signed a definite agreement to acquire the Drone Racing League, the world's most futuristic sports property. The $250 million acquisition bolsters IR's capabilities and IP and boosts its valuation to $3.5 billion. Recognized for accelerating professional drone racing into the mainstream through high-tech robotics, AI, visually spectacular content, and hybrid competition, DRL marks IR's latest acquisition as the company expands its extensive portfolio. So kind of an interesting purchase here. Do you foresee, I guess, drone racing taking off? It's kind of interesting to think about too, because as you know, in various places, they make it so restrictive for people to even fly things like an FPV, for example. You can't even fly it legally, technically, in a lot of cases if you wear the goggles without someone actually being there. So will that actually have a factor in terms of, let's just say, the sport taking off? Or would there be no difference? Because I believe most of these races, they take place indoors, correct? But either way, I guess that's a sign that they see the sport actually growing to make that purchase and all that. And this was kind of interesting. As you know, here in Canada, they recently banned certain types of guns, and as a result, they had this buyback program. And there seems to be, I guess, a hurdle where it says Canada Post, like here, saying refusing to collect banned guns for Ottawa's buyback program. As it says here, Canada Post is refusing to collect firearms that were banned by the federal government in 2020, complicating Ottawa's plans for a buyback program to remove 144,000 firearms from private hands, federal sources said. The Crown Corporation informed the government of its position in a recent letter. It said its decision was based on concerns about its employees' security, according to federal sources, who were not authorized to discuss the matter publicly. The federal officials told Radio Canada they still believe using the Postal Service would be the most efficient and least costly way to recover banned weapons, such as the AR-15, which cannot be used or sold in Canada since a federal ban was imposed 4 years ago. Ottawa's plan is to have owners of banned guns place unloaded and secured weapons in government-issued boxes and then send them back to the government to be destroyed. The owners would then be financially compensated. So the other thing to think about, which is kind of interesting here, some people were saying, oh, like you're such a hassle and so forth, whereas other people, they didn't want to give it up in the first place. So I guess they're okay with it. But in general, like with this law anyway, it's kind of like what I said the other day. As a person who doesn't use a gun, I personally don't feel any safer with this plan or anything like that. So it makes you wonder, was this the right decision, you think personally? All right, see you guys later.